Ever heard about the Battle of the Bulge? Yeah, most have, but I bet you haven't heard about the 18 guys. Just 18, who held off an entire army, at least for a while. That's what we're diving into today. The wild story of Lieutenant Lyle Book and his platoon at a place called Lanzerath Ridge. We're talking serious guts, smart moves, and their actions. They messed up Hitler's whole plan. Lucky for us, we've got first-hand accounts from these soldiers, plus all the historical analysis to back it up. This isn't just some war story, it's the real deal. December 1944.
Well, I gotta set the scene right. December 44, the war's turning, allies are on a roll, feeling good.
Exactly, like the end was in sight. But for Lieutenant Bauk and his intelligence and reconnaissance platoon, things were about to get very, very real at this place, Lanzerath Ridge. Now, when I say intelligence and reconnaissance, we ain't talking regular grunts, these guys. Special forces of their time. Forget big attacks. They were trained for stealth, sneaking behind enemy lines, snatching prisoners, the whole intel game.
Speed, precision, being invisible. They were like ghosts on the battlefield.
Ghosts who are about to find something big. Bauk's platoon's out on a recon mission, and they catch wind of something. Whispers of a massive German attack brewing. And remember, this is 1944. No fancy satellites or drones. They're deciphering codes in the dark, practically. What they put together was scary.
Hitler was throwing everything he had left into one big attack, his best panzer divisions, the works.
Not just any attack, a full-on counteroffensive, aiming to split the Americans and the British right down the middle.
The plan was to punch through the Ardennes forest. Allies thought it was lightly defended. Big mistake.
If Hitler pulled it off, they'd take Antwerp, a key port. Could have changed the entire war in Europe.
High-stakes gamble for sure.
And where's this all going down? Smack dab in the path of this big German plan, Lanzerath Ridge.
See, here's the thing. Tactically speaking, Lanzerath. That was the linchpin, man. Overlook this super important road junction, the supply route those German panzers had to have.
Okay, hold on. For those of us who aren't, generals or whatever, what's a panzer division? And why were they so key to this whole thing?
A panzer division. Imagine a mobile, armored fist. Tons of tanks, heavy artillery, the battering ram of the German army. Speed and firepower, that was Hitler's game. Make a hole, break through fast.
So control the roads, control the panzers, got it. And who gets stuck with holding that crucial road at Lanzerath Ridge?
18 guys. Led by a lieutenant who's, 20 years old? Talk about outgunned, they were facing down an army.
Talk about pressure. How do you even begin to get ready for that?
Book, young as he was, already had the smarts. Knew a head-on fight was suicide. So they dug in, literally. Trees, earth, whatever they could find, turned that ridge into a fortress.
But it wasn't just digging ditches, right? I mean, the accounts say Book really knew how to make the most of what they had.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Every bullet, grenade had to count. He set his guys, those machine guns, placed them for maximum carnage. Lanzerath was going to be a bottleneck.
Yeah.
But even bigger than that.
Go on.
Book. He understood the Germans were on a timetable. Their whole plan, speed, surprise, it all depended on a tight schedule. Any delay, even a little one, could screw it up.
And Book. He was about to become one big delay.
You got it. Turn a weakness into a strength. That was Book. And come morning, December 16th, the Germans were going to learn that the hard way.
And then it hit the German attack on Lanzerath. I can't even imagine. An artillery barrage like that.
Well, they weren't holding back. The goal was to wipe out any resistance, break their spears before they even got close.
But Bauk's men, they took it. Held their ground through that storm of steel, and when the smoke cleared, the German infantry, they started their advance, thinking they had it in the bag. That's when Bauk earned his stripes.
Held his fire, waited. Those Germans, they walked right into a buzzsaw.
The accounts talk about the noise, the confusion, machine guns open up, Germans are dropping, their big, perfect attack, it's unraveling.
See, that's Bauk. Yeah, tactics, but also psychology, that initial shock throws everything off.
And remember, it wasn't just about holding the line. Every minute those panzer divisions were stuck behind the fighting, that was a win for Bauk.
You got it. Every minute those tanks were stuck was a minute closer to the Allies figuring out what was up.
But man, they were outgunned, outnumbered. Wave after wave of Germans hit that ridge, each one tougher than the last. The stories these soldiers told.
Milo Milosevic fought that whole battle in his bare feet. Bare feet, that's how desperate it got.
But brave, they were incredible, fought back every attack. But as the day went on, ammo got low, guys were getting hit, and no help in sight.
Still, they held on, inflicted crazy casualties, way more than the Germans expected. That timetable they were so proud of, shot to hell.
And finally, as the sun's going down, Bauk, He knows it's over, makes the call to surrender, but not before he made sure every single one of his guys, the ones who were left, are accounted for.
Even in defeat, they won. The time they bought at Lanzerath, that messed up the whole German plan. Gave the Allies time to recover and push back.
Lieutenant Budak, his platoon, they show what a difference a few brave souls can make. Outnumbered, outgunned, but never out of fight. Their stand at Lanzerath proves that sometimes the biggest victories, they're not about land, they're about time. Time bought, plans disrupted, and yeah, maybe, just maybe, change the course of history. Makes you think, what other stories of courage are out there just waiting for us to dig them up?